Hello, everyone. Welcome to Joe Consumes Cinema. I'm your host, Bjorn. Yes, you'll be king, fine, whatever. I just want to get back to my dirt nap. And today we have The Last Kingdom Season 2, Episode 6. So previously we got, this whole prophecy storyline where not really quite sure if it's a clever political trap set by the brothers Siegfried and Eric to set Alfred and Uhtred to fighting one another, or if maybe it's legitimate. Again, this show sometimes dabbles in that fantastical element. We saw it with the Queen Isolde and her ability to, foresee the future. She was right every time. But that's primarily not what the show's about. So it's very possible that this is, again, just a political ploy by the brothers to set Uhtred and Alfred up to fight one another because they are currently, sacking cities like London, and a divided England, or what is now England, would make things a lot easier for them to, conquer everything they want. Also, not quite sure if Uhtred actually believes it yet. He might not. All of his men seem to buy into it, but Uhtred really didn't give an answer, so yeah, things are kind of up in the air at the moment. I gotta tell you, overall, I still don't like how Alfred treats Uhtred, but I don't know if I would go so far as to say that Uhtred and Alfred should fight and, Alfred should be deposed by Uhtred. I don't know that I'd go that far with it. It's just that continued, Saxon and Danish clash, different religions, different ideas of how to live, etc. But yeah, we only got 3 episodes left to season 2, so all we can do is find out. I really just want to get into this one, but as always, please remember to blank, blank, and blank. Channel's doing awesome right now. We are over 4,200 as of the making of this video, which is great. On the march to 5,000, bigger and better things for the channel. Good stuff. I've launched the Joe Consume Cinema Patreon. Every member of my Patreon gets a guaranteed movie request. I have the first season of The Penguin, the first season of Mr. Robot, and the second season of Squid Game. Enjoyed all 3. I'm currently working all the way through the rest of Mr. Robot until I'm done with the entire show. I'm currently on Season 2, Episode 7 was my last posting on my Patreon over there. But yeah, it's like 30 plus reactions right there, so I think that's more than worth the $2 per month. Again, I'm continuing to add stuff, week to week, about 1 episode for Mr. Robot, plus, the movie request. I think that's well worth, the $2 per month. But even if money's tight, you could always join for free too. That would still help me out, and, I'd really appreciate it. But yeah, I don't want to prolong this too much, so let's just get right to the episode.
I've been thinking about the man in the grave.
Yeah, she does not want him fighting with Alfred. Thinks that's disaster waiting to happen.
King has questions about your loyalty.
It's this way.
And he tells me that you've been associating with those heathen Danes.
We are needed elsewhere.
Is he required between your legs, my dear?
This guy really wants to die.
We are all mistaken, and we are all proud.
You will earn respect one day, I'm sure.
Yeah, this guy is very, very weaselly. He's weak and stupid, but unlike an Aethelwald, he's not very likable.
We are together, never to part.
Are you going to tell him what Citrix saw? That the ghost is a lie?
I don't kneel talk.
Okay, he sees through it at least. But even though he knows it's a lie, the fact that he went there can still be used against him.
She's too good for him.
I know this actor. Ewan Mitchell, better known as Aemon Targaryen from House of the Dragon. Is he a priest?
I am Osfith.
You are a monk.
You knew my uncle, Lord. His name was Leofrich.
Oh shit.
You are Alfred's bastard son.
What?
By your side as my uncle was, as a warrior.
I know from his time in House of the Dragon, he actually is pretty damn good with the sword, so this should be interesting.
London has been taken by the Northmen, Siegfried and Eric. They have a fleet at Beamfljot. They have an army at Beamfljot.
They will choke the river.
They will, Lord. I was asked to join with Siegfried and Eric. I was offered the kingdom of Mercia.
Ha! You can assess their strength and their numbers.
Otto sees through their bullshit.
You are my queen.
Do you think you're a king?
Oh shit. Is this asshole gonna beat her?
I do not like your tone nor accusation. You will lie on your belly.
Oh god. Well, I wanted that guy to die before, but now I really do.
I fear that you undervalue Uhtred.
Crosses into Daneland without advising you or I first. Do not doubt for one moment Uhtred Ragnarsson has ambition.
He does have ambition, but he's done enough to earn your loyalty and trust.
The Thames River would be dark with ships.
Right now, I would say the brothers have the advantage, but, in time, that might change. They're kind of like a rallying point for all Danes who think, Guthrum is too weak. They need a strong leader, so why not them?
I do not understand how this kills a man. I want to know how.
The cross kills a man slowly, Lord, over days.
You talk too much.
I do.
You should kill me swiftly.
Crucifying the priests.
Alfred wishes to negotiate.
I wish to negotiate.
Sounds like a threat.
I'm asking you to retreat, lords, for a price.
Flesh is our prize. Your bride, Ethelfled.
There's a look between Uhtred and that defiant priest.
Could you guarantee Ragnar and all the men he commands? Here for Alfred or yourself?
Ragnar's in the north. It would take some time for news to reach him. His freedom.
Oh shit.
Why?
He's suspicious like he knows him. Maybe he does. They did look at each other weird.
Once you head forward, is it? I'm afraid, Lord. Spare me this trial.
Is he playing possum?
If all your men fight like this, Alfred will have no trouble throwing you out to London.
Where have you learned to fight, priest?
I'm a Briton, Lord. I was brought up killing Saxons. I will fight for my God. And my freedom, it seems.
The priest Björlik says they have up to 1,000 men, Lord.
Silent oars, the cover of darkness, the advantage of surprise.
River runs fast at Ludgate, making it impossible to land men safely.
Why do the brothers call you the next Lord of Mercia? How am I to trust you?
Lord, I'm weary of this.
You are weary of this. I do not understand you.
We must devise a plan of attack. Uhtred, you will lead us.
That's a mistake. Alfred is setting himself up for defeat. This guy is severely incompetent. He's not going to plan your battle strategy very well.
You will need your best warriors.
Uhtred is to return to Cookham.
Otto sees through it. He knows exactly what this guy is.
Do you trust the Alderman Uhtred?
With my life, Lord.
Come on, Alfred. You gotta see through this shit.
How can I serve a man who doesn't trust me? All he can see is how I'm different. He's a man I'm beginning to despise.
Then be rid of him.
Oh, God.
Who is it that you've been with? How many have you been with? Uhtred is one, is he not?
You have no right to speak to me in this way.
Of course I have a right. You are my wife.
I am Ethelfled of Wessex.
Never raise your shrill voice to me.
Maybe we'll get lucky and Ethelfled will kill this guy. Ethelfled kills Ethelred. That would be awesome to see.
I fear that I am not the first. With my wife. You will attack the North Gate with your own men. I shall attack from the marshes with the main army.
I think Tora knows something's wrong with the way Ethelfled is acting because she experienced something very, very similar with Sven.
If a man fears that his wife has been unfaithful,
Have not.
he shall bring her before a priest who shall prepare the bitter waters.
He knocked it over.
This will not be necessary. You are pure, and may God strike me down this very instant if you are not.
Does he beat you?
The king is the only man who can end it.
I must do my duty to Alfred.
That's fucked up. Now, I wonder if Ethelred is going to betray Uhtred here. The plan is to have Uhtred's men attack first and then Ethelred's men attack second, so I don't know. He could just hold back and let Uhtred's men get slaughtered.
Every man on his feet!
What the hell?
You see a guard? Come on.
I see a trap.
He's just gonna go in anyway?
We've seen not a single man!
Same!
Fear us! The city is ours!
It's not gonna be that easy, dude.
No, keep the formation!
Stupid bastard.
Ethelred! The camp!
Tudor.
Oh, shit.
Death. Death is coming.
Oh, God. This is over. That was a really cool shot, too. Yeah, they are outnumbered, and there's no formation. Oh, God. Okay, took some time just to gather my thoughts. So that was episode 6. It was really good. So this Ethelred character, who's the Lord of Mercia, wants to be king, marries Ethelfled, Alfred's daughter. Not a happy marriage, for sure. Tora recognizes it immediately, sees how he treats her, and yeah, she can just tell like a sixth sense, given, what she's gone through. We also have a very brief happy wedding between Father Beorca and Tora, too. Those two characters, it's a real relationship. They actually care for one another, and there's a give and take. Ethelred just treats Ethelfled like a piece of meat. He married her for the title, and, is just going to use her as best he sees fit. We learn that Uhtred realizes that Bjorn is just, a clever ploy, a fake, by the brothers Siegfried and Eric to, potentially set him up for defeat. Uhtred and Ethelred are sent to negotiate with the brothers. They don't want silver. There's nothing they can do there, so they return to Alfred and kind of devise a plan of attack. Interesting how Alfred still mistrusts Uhtred even after all this time, and actions, despite the countless times that Uhtred has proven himself, he still has doubts and doesn't trust Uhtred, and never really can, honestly. So there's a public falling out. Uhtred returns to Kukum, his little keep. Ethelred shows up with his men. The two unite forces to go take London. They come up with a plan of attack, and everything's going well. As soon as they push the door open, there's no resistance whatsoever from both sides. Both forces come in, unite in like the town square or whatever, and then there's a fire that gets set. It's a signal for the Danes to attack the Saxon camp, and that's where Tora and Ethelfled are. And, we see at the very end of the episode, Ethelfled is running into the woods. They kind of split up to try and get away from it all. Yeah, it was a very clever plan by the Danes there. Getting their hands on Ethelfled is very valuable. She is a very useful hostage, and it will give them, supreme leverage over Alfred. I'm just kind of worried that Uhtred is going to get the blame for this, fuck up, even though it's clearly on Ethelred. Remember, Uhtred's initial plan of attack did not call for this. He would have been more cautious, I think, and not fallen for this trap, potentially. Maybe not, but I just think that Ethelred is immature and inexperienced, and yeah, he kind of just rushes into this. Uhtred just obeys orders, basically, and yeah, it's not his plan. Now the Danes have leverage going into next episode, so I don't know what Alfred's gonna do. I'm secretly hoping that Ethelfled at some point gets to kill Ethelred, given what he's done to her. Maybe that's just wishful thinking on my part, but yeah, that's pretty much all I got for this one, so as always, thanks for watching, and peace.